MGM gets hacked. Yes, MGM in Las Vegas, all of their casinos have been affected by this ransomware attack. Have you heard? Let's talk about why this is good news. Yes, there is good news to be found out of this, only the way Your Tech Homeboy does it. Go ahead, click the like, share, and subscribe. It's Your Tech Homeboy. Let's talk about why this is good news for tech job seekers. As we read the article later, I will point out a few things to you. The roles that will open, the impact it has on other companies, and what you can do about it. Let's go. All right, the first article, I will read a short segment. It's the Forbes article. You'll see it right here in the description. More than 60 hours after a brazen cyber attack targeted the computer systems at one of the world's largest casino hotel chains, patrons try to access the MGM Resorts website are still met by a splash page that apologizes for the inconvenience. Prominent among MGM's stable of 19 U.S. properties are a dozen of the most iconic casino hotels in Las Vegas, including the Bellagio, Mandalay Bay, and the Cosmopolitan. Since the attack was discovered on Sunday evening, it has wreaked havoc on MGM's operations, forcing guests to wait hours to check in and crippling electronic payments, digital key cards, slot machines, ATMs, and paid parking systems. All right, that's the first article from Forbes. Let's take a look at another quote from this other article. It's clear that what MGM has called a cybersecurity issue would be extremely costly in the quarter that ended on June 30th. Now listen to this. The company reported that its Las Vegas Strip properties generated a revenue of $1.2 billion just from hotel rooms and casinos. Based on those figures, MGM's Vegas Strip properties bring in more than $13 million per day in revenue. So, of all of the MGM properties, they bring in $13 million a day in revenue. That's major. So you're talking about an outage that prevents you from making $13 million in the day. That's huge, and this has been going on since this previous Sunday. All right, let's take a look at some additional context about what they took. All right, it's still not clear exactly what the hackers have, but based on incidents that we see, says Hammerstone, it's oftentimes multifold. So if hackers have encrypted your system, they'll want a ransom to give you the key or to give access back. But that also oftentimes takes data and then threaten to release it if you do not pay them. So yes, you have an actor that has attacked the MGM system. It's crippled because of course you have everything that's digital nowadays, from your access to your room, from some of your the money that's on your card, from everything, from playing the games, obviously. All of that has been impacted. While MGM is a huge company, there are many small and medium-sized companies that are impacted you don't see that make the news. I will share a link in the description of basically like a ransomware attack watchdog that monitors all of the ransomware attacks across the country. Now, if you didn't know if you don't know what a ransomware attack is, let's give the textbook definition of ransomware. Now, ransomware is a type of malicious software that encrypts or locks the user's data or system and demands a ransom for its release. So yes, the people who launched this attack, they are actually asking for money, quite a bit of money. How much would you pay if your laptop or phone was hit with a ransomware attack? How much money do you make in a day that would make you lead you to make a quick decision? I'll be interested in that. Go ahead and leave me a comment. What would you pay if your phone or laptop suffered from a ransomware attack? Okay, we've discussed the attack. We dived into some of the other companies it's impacted. And we talked about how it's impacted MGM themselves. They make $13 million per day. And I will be interested in what you will pay to recover that, okay? So, you notice you have a lot of large and small entities, both public and private entities, that have been impacted by this. A little later on, we'll talk about some of the, what I consider top 3 ransomware attacks. And you'll notice a trend as we go through that list. And it's only a list of 3, so stick around with me as we go through it. What you discovered in all of this information is You have so many roles that are responsible for so many things throughout the company as you read the different articles and you dive into the information. All right. You have the you have the data folks who create the database where everything is stored. So remember they discussed the hackers, stealing a lot of the customer and business data. So you have the data folks who create the database where everything is stored. You have the security folks, people who are in security. They are the ones who obviously protect the database. You also have cloud security. Those are the people who protect the cloud. If you don't have an operation that's on-prem, you have people who are in network, people who monitor network traffic. If they observe a abnormal amount of network traffic, they can increase. My network folks will help me out, but they can basically increase the load that allows the network to flow smoothly and doesn't cause any hangups or bottlenecks. All right. You have the people who build servers and storages on the cloud. I named that already. It's just really all over the place. You could think of like a treasure chest. Somehow the hackers they broke into the treasure chest, and it's not just the armed guard who they have to worry about. There's a lot of people you have to go through, and there's a lot of people who are a part of this network to protect the treasure chest. You have the data folks; they're the ones who like map the treasure. They create the maps to map the treasure. They create a blueprint of where everything is stored. You have the people who are in security. They guard the treasure. They guard the database. They ensure it's safe from intruders. You have your database administrator. That is another role. They are the caretaker who manages and maintains the treasure, ensuring the treasure chest is in good shape. Is it good to continue to hold all these coins and booty? Continue to hold all these coins and booty. You have the network folks. You can think of them like the patrol officer. They monitor the roads. They monitor the entry and the exits leading to the treasure to prevent any suspicious activity. Hey, we're noticing some suspicious activity. We're having a lot of people ping this particular IP. They might be trying to overload our systems to get into the database or the treasure chest. All right. Cloud security folks, like I said, the people who act as the vault security detail, making sure it's guarded against any threats. And you have this complex team that work together to protect this precious asset. Do you get me? How do y'all like my analogy of the treasure chest? Anyways, think of all of those roles. Those are like 7 or 8 roles, and I'll make sure I'll list them on the edit. Think of all those roles that involve something as important of bringing in $13 million a day. All of those roles are responsible for that. That's why you need to get into tech, because these companies are paying a lot of money to protect their treasure chest. And trust me, some entities do pay that ransomware. And we would talk about that at the end. They do pay the ransom. They can't keep losing money to these hackers. As promised, let's discuss 3 other popular ransomware attacks. In this list, again, notice we have both public and private entities. You have small, medium, large entities. Everybody's impacted by ransomware attacks. Everybody doesn't invest enough into their cyber security. That's what we're talking about, folks. Cyber security to protect your database, to protect your customer, to protect your business. Not enough companies investing enough in that, but I guarantee you the trend will continue to go up. You will see all kind of people investing in that. That's why you see a lot of the push towards cybersecurity education, cybersecurity funding for the education too. All right. So the link below has a list of all of the ransomware attacks that some of them reach the web, some of them doesn't. Number 1, all right, the first ransomware attack on my list. You have a fleet management company. It was actually hacked today as I record this. They were hacked today. They obviously impacted the companies who use their software to manage their fleet. I can imagine as someone who is in this space or has been in this logistics space, it can be pretty frustrating for sure. Number 2, City of Dallas. Yes, my city of Dallas, they did suffer from a ransomware attack. You can read all about that. There's plenty of articles about that. We are the 6th largest metro, 9th largest, I think we're like the 8th largest city. We was hit with ransomware just recently. New Orleans and Baltimore were also hit recently. That was in 2019. They did pay the ransom. You should go do some research about that. Lastly, Caesars Entertainment. I had a friend that was at Caesars. He was affected by this ransomware attack, the country's largest casino, they were also hit along with MGM, and they did pay the ransom. I really wonder how much Caesar Entertainment makes, because they paid that ransom quickly. They paid it quickly. They did not have time to play. So go ahead and look up other ransomware attacks. You will be tickled by all of these entities that have been impacted, and you will even find some of the ransom letters that the attackers write. It's definitely like a movie. Okay, you can't even make it up. So that's why I need all of you guys into tech. We have to get more people into tech. And what caused a lot of these ransomware attacks wasn't even a lack of sophisticated infrastructure or lack of security. A lot of the stuff was caused by social engineering, just calling a help desk person on the phone, acting like they're some person, or asking the help desk person a bunch of questions and getting the help desk person to give them information, or pretending like they're an employee, or maybe getting the information from another employee. So a lot of these attacks are not even the cause of a lack of sophisticated cybersecurity or security infrastructure. But it's important that we get more of you into tech. That is what I'm all about. Not only for that, but so we can have a higher income. We need people to be making more money. $40,000, $50,000 is not enough for a household. It needs to be more. So if there's any motivation to push you into tech, to know that this will impact other companies as they hire more project managers, data people, security, cloud people, you can definitely expect more entities, public, private, of all sizes, to hire more people into tech. The time is now. You heard it here first from your tech homeboy. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe. I can't wait to talk to y'all next week. Enjoy your weekend. Peace.